Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. I don't know if I've done many Hunter Biden readings yet. I know over the summer we get the occasional Republican troll or something like that saying, you should read on Hunter Biden. It's like, he's not a political figure. His name's only being mentioned because his name's being dragged through the mud trying to implicate Joe Biden and stuff. But there's actual Hunter Biden news, and it involves politics and Congress, so I think I'll read on it. Basically, James Comer went on Newsmax and was saying that Hunter Biden should come testify in front of the committee behind closed doors about, his shenanigans with Burisma and China and stuff like that. And Hunter Biden said, I'll do you one better. Let's make it an open door meeting. An open meeting so cameras can be there, the public can be there, and everybody can hear the evidence you have against me, and I'll answer to it. Now, shouldn't that be a Republican's dream come true? The big bad boogeyman, Hunter Biden, wants an open door meeting. You can allow the cameras in there and blast it out to all your MAGA loving audience for all to see how corrupt the Biden family is. Wouldn't that seem like a gift? Yet the Republicans don't seem to want to take him up on that. You think it has anything to do with the fact that maybe, just maybe, they have nothing on him. And if they ask him questions, he can answer it, and then there's no follow-up. There's nothing to, it would just be 5 minutes of Republicans shouting insults at him and not asking questions and putting him on display to be humiliated in front of the American public. But Hunter Biden wants them to see that, to show the American public they have nothing on him. It's a power move. It's also entertainment purposes only. When we ask, what's the energy around the investigation of Hunter Biden and Hunter Biden making that offer to make it a public meeting instead of a closed door meeting? He's offering him the goods. Hey, you say I stole all this money. I took bribes. I am giving you the opportunity of a lifetime to put me on full display, and you can excoriate me, if I pronounce that right, on public television for the whole world to see. Except for the fact that what they'll end up seeing is the truth and not the fiction that you guys have been perpetrating this whole time. Yeah, he wants to seal the deal. He wants to close the loop on this and just put an end to it. He knows that he can do that. Go in there, offer them what they want, tell them the truth, expose them for who they are, and it kills this investigation, and it kills this whole Hunter Biden's laptop BS that they've been peddling for years now. In the past, Nine of Pentacles, it's always been focused on Hunter Biden. He got this job because he's Joe Biden's son. He didn't deserve it. And maybe some of that, if not all of that, is true. He at least has an MBA, so you can make an argument that he could sit on a board. Now, is he like the end-all, be-all of MBAs? Probably not. Did he get the job? Probably because he was related to he was the son of the former vice president of the United States and a longtime senator. Yeah, probably. But right now, that's not a crime. So, it might be distasteful, but this nepotism goes on throughout the world. He's not the first person to have done this. He won't be the last person until you start making laws making that type of nepotism illegal. So they're focusing on him and his money and his lifestyle. Current situation is judgment. They've been out there just telling everybody who will listen how guilty Hunter Biden is. And you've got the MAGA zombies all rising up out of the grave to praise the mighty, brave Republicans and Fox News and everybody who says stuff about Hunter Biden. But Hunter Biden's fighting back. He's fighting back like Democrats don't normally fight back. He's offering to testify. This should be a gift. You can imagine, the right-wing media should be just, clamoring for Congress to do this so they could broadcast it. The overarching energy is, he'll tell them about the money. He's a young guy with money, but this big money bribery thing that they are perpetrating on people, it's small potatoes, and a lot of it can be explained, if not all of it can be explained. This is the molehill from the mountain that they've made. The truth will come out. He wants to do it so he can expose the Republicans and all the lies and exaggerations and false flags. You got this little flag here. All the stuff that they've been lying about and exaggerating and saying, oh, just wait, we've got the evidence, it's coming any day now type of thing. He wants to pull the curtain off and put this thing to rest once and for all. The outcome is going to be the 4 of coins. They won't. The GOP will not agree to it. They are not going to make this an open door meeting. They're going to try and keep this thing closed because they want control over the testimony, and then they can release parts of testimony that's advantageous for them. Little, things taken out of context or sound bites. Bo, the fifth column, was talking about that today, and that's exactly what they do. They take things out of context, and when you get the full context, it's not nearly as bad as what they're making out to be, or not even a crime. But that's our GOP today, folks. Sad to say. It's not even, it is the GOP, because the Freedom Caucus and the MAGAs, they run the show. They're the heads of this committee. You can thank Kevin McCarthy for that. Turned it over into the Trump brand form of the House of Representatives. We should be so proud. He said with tripping sarcasm. All right. A little four-carder, will the Republicans, it looks like they won't, but will the Republicans make this an open meeting? Will they make an open meeting? They'll look at it. They'll try and do what's best for them or what's of most value to them. If they do, it's going to be another drunken hillbilly brawl in the trailer park of your choice. Got the Empress and the Queen of Swords. I don't think they want to. This is a gift. Really, this is a gift that's landed in their lap that Hunter Biden is giving them. Because, they could go out there and make their case to America. They can yell and scream and carry on and do stuff like that. But the reality is, that's the emotion is crossed with the reality that they don't have cut and dry. They just do not have the evidence with which to grill him. So what's going to be exposed? It's not going to be Hunter Biden that's going to be exposed. It's them. Right now, I would say they're considering it and they're looking at the benefits that they get from it, but they might be a little bit concerned about the consequences. I'm leaning towards no right now with them, but it might only be a 60-40 no as opposed to a 90-10 no. Now, were it me, I wouldn't do it in public. Oh heck no! If you've got nothing, if you don't have a foot to stand on, don't do it. Now, that being said, generally speaking, their audience doesn't care if they have evidence, right? All they care about is hating Democrats and hating Joe Biden and any excuse to hate him. Because that's how you are a good Republican these days. The only criteria is you have to hate Democrats. Don't need policy. Okay. The MAGA, will the Trump supporters, the anti-Joe Biden, anti-Hunter Biden people, be disappointed if this is a closed-door meeting? Or how will they react to the announcement if this is a closed-door meeting? Or how are they going to react to this announcement in general? How about that? How are they going to react to this announcement in general? They're waiting to be told how to react. I think they don't know what to do. Honest to God, they don't know what to do unless they're told. They may not really care that much anymore. It's not like they would watch. They would just wait for the clips to come out on Fox News or something like that. I think the base is going to be generally quiet on this one. You know why? Because their base might be getting exhausted with the whole Hunter Biden thing. And the reason might be is that they're starting to suffer some financial consequences from purchases, from COVID, stimulus checks, Christmas coming up. I'm switching gears here. But there's a lot of financial turmoil coming up for folks, and repos for cars are at all-time highs, and they would be higher, but they don't have enough repo drivers to get cars. So it could be that they want to get mad and angry at Hunter Biden, but they've got more personal things to worry about right now. And if it's not that, then it's just they're so confused as to what they need to be outraged over. They might have just given up on Hunter Biden. They already know he's guilty, so why do I need to watch you tell us that he's guilty when you've already told us he's guilty? Underneath it all, the message is coming quickly. This could be the broadcasting going on there. So let's see where this is taking me here. The moon card. The mystery. Do they care? In the past, they were just trusting. You told us that he's crazy, and we're going to bark at the moon at you to support you because we support you because you're Republicans and we don't like Democrats. Current situation. They're probably happy enough with just the investigation. But I think also, you got the pumpkin here. They're just done with Thanksgiving and they're gearing up for Christmas. I just think they're distracted. They're not celebrating. There's some concern going on here. And again, I think it has to do with their finances. Let's see. Yeah, it does have to do with their finances. They're looking at their finances. This is interesting. I didn't expect this to take this turn. They're looking at their finances. They're looking at how are they going to get their bills paid. There's some economic stuff coming down, especially for poorer people or people that are living paycheck to paycheck, that they're concerned about. And it's overwhelming. Again, we're just through Thanksgiving, but it's overwhelming other stuff. Yeah. The King of Cups can be an emotionally immature person. They are, I think they're just, emotionally they're exhausted. Sure, it's Hunter Biden. We can link it to Joe Biden. But they already think that Trump's going to win. So this really isn't doing anything for them. It's not stirring them up. And maybe the Republicans are starting to notice that the Democrats it just doesn't motivate them. It doesn't motivate the fundraising and such with it. The outcome is the Nine of Swords. They're fine, put some stuff out on the airwaves about Hunter Biden, and they'll be, hooray, Hunter Biden, he's crooked, and so is Joe Biden, he's crooked, but this isn't helping me pay my bills. If Biden can do stuff that helps the economy and helps folks be able to pay their bills, they'll start moving away from Trumpism and MAGA. The vibe I get from this is they don't care that much about Hunter Biden, which sounds amazing because, the GOP's just been hammering on that drum forever. But, if you think about it, when we hear about Hunter Biden, it's watching Jordan Klemperer or other folks covering, political events, interviewing QAnon folks and MAGA folks about stuff, and the name Hunter Biden will come up, and they're just like, oh, Hunter Biden, oh, he's so crooked, and so is Joe Biden, he's crooked. But it ends right about there. That's about as much as they can say. Oh, Joe Biden needs to go, he's in China's pocket, and Hunter Biden. And that's about it. That's about as deep a thinking as they've got going on. But, how you pay your bills, Christmas, and stuff like that coming up, that's something they are a bit more passionate on. And it takes a lot of energy to be concerned about Hunter Biden and his laptop. It takes less energy to be really concerned about how you're going to get through, how you're going to pay your bills next year, how you're not going to get your car repoed next year. That takes a lot more energy, and that's where your energy should be focused. They won't have enough for the other stuff. So, I'll throw a quick four-quarter. Will Hunter Biden be successful in getting this thing? I asked if the Republicans were going to do it, but let's ask, will Hunter Biden be successful in having this be an open door, an open session so everybody can see? Little four-quarter, and we'll call that done. Maybe he'll bring his laptop, ladies. Make a funny joke about his hard drive there. The devil. Will they do it? Will they voluntarily do it? Will Hunter Biden get this? There's that 3 of Cups again. He might. The Republicans might be backed into a corner where he's called their bluff. And especially if he goes on television and starts saying stuff like that, how do the Republicans look at their constituents and explain to them how Hunter Biden's been this villain for the last several years, and then when it comes time to interview him and he offers to do it publicly, they won't do it. There's a celebration here. Illusion and delusion and a victory. He might get what he wants. He might get what he wants. Again, I think it's up in the air. The Republicans are considering the pros and cons of this, but I would certainly say Freedom Caucus members would say, yeah, bring it. The Marjorie Taylor Greenes and Lauren Boeberts of this world would say, absolutely, let's make this an open door session. Let's get him out there and let's roast him alive. That's what they would say. But they only look at the opportunities. They don't look at the consequences of it. And Hunter Biden's looking at it like, yeah, you can put me in front of those folks. I have a victory because I can explain the money. So whatever decision the Republican, you know what this really is saying? The Republicans are damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. They don't have a good decision that they can make because their constituents and the MAGAs and the Freedom Caucus should all want Hunter Biden to testify because you've been hyping it up for so long. But they don't want him to testify because they got nothing to back it up. So it's going to make them look like a bunch of idiots. All they can do is scream and pound the table. But they have nothing to back it up. Interesting. Well, sorry. I wish I could be a little bit more predictive on that, but I just don't think the decision's been made yet. And the cards aren't telling me what the decision is. It's still up in the air. Okay, so thank you for supporting my channel and watching this video. Thank you for your likes and your shares and your comments and everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so my videos make it out to a wider audience. 2 new members to the channel and folks just discovering me now. Ta-da! Glad you made it. Hope you found this reading entertaining, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.